Everybody, are we live? Can you hear me? Drop me a comment below if you can hear me. Bitcoin is hitting all-time highs. Let's sit and watch together. Let's take a look. It's going to be a memorable moment. We've been waiting for this for quite a while now, so almost going back to 12th of April. 12th of April was the famous candle, so it's been a nice, patient 6 or so months. Let everybody join in. And yeah, I'm going to show you why, when everybody joins shortly, why this is just the start, guys, because Bitcoin, Ethereum, both setting up really amazing patterns, and particularly on Bitcoin. I mean, we've got so much confluence right now on all the different time frames. All the technical indicators are just suggesting we can go from strength to strength here on Bitcoin. So this movement we've seen here, this breakout of this cup and handle pattern, we've not even hit the target yet fully for that. So a long way to go. We've just met the target for the small 4-hourly wedge. But I'm going to show you why there's still so much going on here and so much potential here for Bitcoin to run. So hopefully you guys can hear me nice and clear. Let's take a look at the hourly. In fact, let's go into the 5-minute chart. That's where all the fun is happening. So this is the moment it happened, guys. Look at that candle. It's just like the bulls just said, let's be having it. Let's be having it straight through, good volume, and that's how you get a breakout, guys. Nice and clean, right through. Now, don't be surprised if we don't want to be the poop of this party, but don't be surprised if we get a little bit of cooling off. Just retest this all-time high. It's going to be an important level for us, and I want us to build some confidence that we can bounce comfortably off this level. We just need to practice almost like bouncing off this level. Wouldn't mind doing that, even if we go up high a bit, come back down. Just really treat this as, that's the floor of the price now. That's what we want to see, is that, Bitcoin starts saying, look, this is our price level. We're not going to fall lower than this. We can maintain this new 64,800 level. We belong higher than this. That's what we want to see now. Let's take a look at the 4-hourly chart. And you can see this is the almost megaphone pattern. After we came out of the cup and handle pattern, we entered this wedge, which is this continuation pattern, and I mentioned this is just a continuation pattern. We should carry on getting the same movement on the back end, and that's what we're getting at now. We had this red period here where we had this red ascending triangle here, broke out of that triangle with good volume, consolidated for a couple of 4-hour candles, and now we've got that breakthrough straight through, met our target comfortably of this wedge, which we made way back here, which was the 65,000 mark, gone straight through that. Now we're going straight for 66,000, guys. This is enormous. So this is going straight for 66,000 now on Bitcoin, and the bulls are loving it. The bulls are absolutely loving it right now. Let's go to the minutes where the fun candles are. There we go. Look at that. Clean. It just took just 1 minute candle straight through, all the way from 64.5. As soon as we got to reaching distance, the bulls just broke straight through, took us across the line, and now we're hovering above. Naturally, I wouldn't be surprised if we had some more shorts coming in at, these kind of levels. Let's look at the shorts, actually. Although this will probably be a bit... Yeah, this will be a bit lagged, but yeah, shorts have gone up. You can see there on the minute candles. Let's look at the hourly candles. Yeah, exactly. Your shorts are going to go up, guys. Naturally, as you start to get to these kind of levels like all-time highs and psychological levels like 70, your shorts are going to be there piling in, waiting to knock it back down. So we'll keep an eye on that. Let's take a look at dominance as well. I suspect this is going to be nice and high on the dominance. Let's look at the daily. Look at that, guys. This W pattern is really taking nice shape now. And you can see that once we get to the neckline here, this is going to be really interesting at this point to see if we can get this breakout, because if we thought what we've seen now is explosive, we've only just gotten started, to be honest. There's a lot more that could come from Bitcoin if we can break through this, because when you finish a W pattern and you create this shape, you do get a massive uplift here. So we'll be watching that W pattern very carefully. I mean, Alt 2 is still going up, so actually it's sideways, really. So remember, Alt 2 is your market cap of all coins, excluding Bitcoin. So you can see here that's been sideways for a while because, people aren't buying into altcoins right now, are they? They're just they're happy letting Bitcoin do its work. So we're getting some sideways action here on total 2, which is as expected. We don't expect all coins to move right now. It's a good opportunity to accumulate. This is when you want to accumulate, when you're not chasing market cap. Very important on some of your favorite altcoins, and you guys know I'm a big proponent of that. And back to Bitcoin, let's head to the minute charts. Let's see if we can break. We've got to just break here above 60. We touch, what did we touch there on the open there? 66,116, guys. We've got to break 66,116. Let's see if we can do that. And I put a tweet out. If you guys haven't seen that, let's head over to my Twitter. Don't forget to give me a follow here. I put a just 25 minutes ago, BTC breaking out, trying for all-time highs again. Is this the moment? And then we did it. So 13 minutes later, we broke through. But you'll see also earlier on, I posted how high can BTC go today? 70, 65, down to 60. Most it was split between the two voters here, 65 and 60, but it looks like we can get to 70, right? Maybe it's not so far-fetched when looking at the charts. If we can get pushed past 66, naturally you're going to have some shorts coming in and some downward pressure. But this is really the point we need to beat right now, is that point there. Let's get past this here. So we've got a little bit of selling going on here. Let's see if we can break out from this point here. That's what we'll have to keep an eye on. Got a bit of rejection here at 66,000. Again, another psychological levels, guys. It's so predictable nowadays. I mean, you get psychological levels like this, you're going to get rejected, right? 66 on the dot. That's exactly how this game works. And again, like I said, don't be surprised if we come back and test here as volume starts to wane a little bit. But if we can continue to get some excitement, don't forget there's going to be FOMO, guys. Bitcoin all-time high is going to be hitting the news. It'll be on CNBC, it'll be on Fox. People like myself will be doing live streams. So naturally, it's going to be interesting, guys. If you do end up on this stream, do hit the like button so YouTube can show more people that this stream actually exists, and we can get more people jumping on and enjoying this as well. So let's take a look at Ethereum. Is Ethereum moving as well? Ethereum is 3% up. And yeah, at the same time, Ethereum's got a nice breakout as well. Let's go back out to the hourly just to remind you of the cup and handle the head and shoulders pattern coming into this triangle and breaking out. Let's go into the 4 hourly instead. And you'll just remember, this is our breakout. We entered this triangle, and exactly in the video I shared, guys, if you haven't seen that, go watch that. I said we're going to break to the upside, and we've got our price target for Ethereum for the head and shoulders pattern is to go to $4,600. So I won't be surprised if we get to there very soon. The fact that we've broken through this resistance here, the 3,600, is a really important point here. This 3,900 mark is really important here for Ethereum. We know we have trouble from here that we got rejected. We got rejected here at this level again, and now we've got this candle breaking through it. Let's head over to the minute chart to get an idea of how cleanly we've broken it. There we go, guys. That's the golden line. If I just zoom in for you guys, there we go. That's the golden line. That faint golden line is that 3968 line where we've been getting rejected. So a nice clean breakthrough on Ethereum, and that keeps our head and shoulders play intact. And what that actually means is we end up with a really bullish situation in terms of this movement. Because again, if you watch my video, you will see the one I've literally just posted before I jumped on this live stream. You'll see this head and shoulders patterns formed here, right? So there's your left shoulder, your head, your right shoulder, right? Now, when you break out, which is what we got a rejection from the golden line, which I showed you. Now, coming back to test the neckline is very bullish, and that's exactly what we've had, and now we're heading back up. So that's a really bullish move on Ethereum. If we bring out the EMA ribbon, you can see beautiful bounce off the EMA here. Didn't even need to come to the EMA the second time, and a nice bounce again on Ethereum. So really nice setup on Ethereum. Really bullish setup here. Stevie Tierney, boom. How are you feeling about it, buddy? Comment in the chat room how you feeling about it. All-time highs for Bitcoin. How long have you been waiting for this? How long have you been waiting for this moment? Super exciting, and Ethereum is moving as well. I did literally say in that video before as well, don't be surprised if Ethereum moves as well. Just looking down some of the altcoins, you've got Cardano up 2.7%. Interesting, because that's not moved a lot at all. Let's take a look at where Cardano is. Okay, a bit of a green candle, but not doing much. We've got Link up 3%, Litecoin for some reason up 3%, Luna's up 4.8%, Matic up 2.7%, Matic up 2.7%. Sherar Kashif is asking about Cardano. Just going to come on to that, guys. Looking at Cardano now. Stevie said he's been waiting since the last all-time high in April. Good lad. You're a diamond-handed guy. Well done. Let's spend some time on ADA. So what you can see is ADA is moving. Shehrar, if that's how I pronounce your name. But you can see we're still in this sideways pattern. Anytime I cover Cardano, it's this. You get a whole bunch of sideways movement and then it rockets when it chooses to rocket. So we're in this bit of a sideways range now. Could this be the catalyst for us to head higher? Potentially. Bitcoin is creating the room for everybody else to run into. So that's really important. Guys, if you can hit the like button so YouTube can show more people, that would be really helpful. And yes, Steve, I'll take a look at DOT as well. DOT is another favorite for ours here. And DOT is moving nicely. Guys, we're forming a really interesting cup and handle pattern here on the daily chart for DOT, okay? We entered this ascended channel, a nice clean breakthrough. This on the daily is a continuation pattern, okay? So we got a continuation pattern. And even as you can see, I've drawn there, I've already got this from my, whenever I was scribbling on it last, but you can see it's nothing wrong. Just like we saw with Ethereum, don't be worried if we get a retest of the neckline. I'm a big fan of the retest of the neckline. It gives me more confidence in this neckline for us to head higher, okay? But we seem to be getting a catalyst here with Bitcoin moving that maybe we won't even get a retest on DOT. It's got a strong daily candle there and it's having a good day today for DOT. So if we can break higher above 44, then I can see DOT easily hitting the cup and handle target, which sits at 61, Steve. So Steve, 61 is my target on DOT if we can carry on with this cup and handle pattern. So that's very important. Let's take a look at, yep, Link is up as well. We've got Link up 3%. Let's take a look at Link. Link also, I've called this very early on. It's still not technically invalidated it, but I was calling this cup and handle pattern quite a while back in my videos. So if we can get another strong few set of candles, we could be forming a cup and handle pattern. I might just need to extend this handle a little bit wider. But you can see how it's respecting the trend line. The white trend line I've drawn. Whoops. You can see that trend line here, which it's really, let me drag this chart across. So fiddly. And then you can see this trend line is just obeying this trend line, again getting a good bounce off of it, and now can head higher. If this does indeed form a headline, if we can come back to the 35 neckline, I expect a strong breakout which would take us to all-time highs on Link, which will give us 55.8/56, call it 56 on Chainlink. So Chainlink's looking pretty cool as well. Let's keep another eye on Bitcoin before it runs away from us. That's what we're here for. Bitcoin watch party. Sherard, when do you think the alts will pump? I think that's anybody's question, really. But for me, alts will pump once Bitcoin starts calling off. So if you were here in any of the previous cycles, Bitcoin will go on its run. It'll do its thing, right? It'll run to all-time highs and pump as much as it wants to. And then you'll see it start to retrace, right? Let me show you this chart, first of all. So let me give you my weekly thesis for Bitcoin. So if I show you, this is the weekly chart, and I show you the Fibonacci ratios, you will see we had some resistance in the golden pocket here at the 618 level. Okay, and now we've broken straight through all-time highs, and we're heading towards my bullish case of 87,000. Whether we get this by the end of this year, whether we get this early next year, is anybody's idea. But if we start to see a retracement, so if we head up part of the way there, come back down to maybe test, see something like this, in the areas where Bitcoin starts to consolidate, I expect everybody to rush across to Ethereum, everybody to rush across to Solana, and then when those finish pumping, then they'll rush across to Cardano, Link, DOT, then they'll move on to Phantom, Algorand. That's how the altcoin season works. So that's really important. I just want to show you this as well, guys, because we're not fully in Bitcoin season yet. People are thinking we're in Bitcoin season. This is nowhere near Bitcoin season yet. We're still here, right? Yes, we've moved a heavy way across, but there's still so much to go for Bitcoin. I mean, on the score here, you can see we're 41. It's a big month for Bitcoin, I agree. But overall, the year's still been an altcoin year. So Bitcoin can seriously still go for a run. It's got a lot of fuel in the tank, so to speak, for it to continue to move. The worrying sign is always to look at the fear and greed index, right? This is the highest we've seen it in a long time. If I show you the chart here, we've now ticked at 82, which brings you higher higher than the figures we saw through August, and you'd probably have to go back. Oh, last time we beat that was there, March time, right? And then we know what happened around there. So, okay, fine. That's something for us to keep an eye on. We need to keep an eye on the fear and greed index, because when it starts to pump and people are FOMOing in, that's when you can expect to see a retracement. That's why I'm saying, yes, we're running up here now, but I'm happy to see a retracement back down, retest the all-time highs, or even, 60,000. It doesn't sound fun, but retesting those levels are really, really important. So Steve asking, do I flip my coins? A very small percentage of my portfolio I'll trade and play around with some of my chart patterns, because old habits die hard, and I love trading, so I will trade. But the majority of my wealth and my portfolio is in long-term high conviction plays, and that's something I highly recommend everybody do, guys. So if you're watching this, please make sure you've got the majority of your positions in long-term plays. Naturally, if you're an experienced trader and you want to trade, go ahead and trade, manage your risk, know what you're doing, do your research, trade your patterns, make sure you know what's going on in the macro economy as well, and obviously you can make money trading. There's no reason you can't. So Bitcoin's just still struggling. It can't seem to beat the 66 mark psychological level. Let's see where we're at. Just knocking down 65,970 on Bitcoin. Ethereum still above 4,000, looking strong. Again, Ethereum's got rejected here. Let's draw ourselves a little line so we know where we got rejected. And let's see if we can go up against there. So Bitcoin has to fight this pink line, which we had drawn. Let's extend that pink line, because that's where we got sent back down the first time. We've got sent back down the second time, slightly above that. So let's see if we can get a clean break this time above it. Again, like I'm saying, guys, please don't be concerned if we come back to test down here, okay? There's nothing wrong with testing back here and bouncing higher. That's absolutely normal. This area, this 64,800 mark, longer term, I want it to get tested, right? I want it to become the floor of the Bitcoin price. We want that to become the price that everybody says, is the new 30, is the new 40, where we go, the price is not going to fall below that. That's our strong level of support. Because if you break for a level and you never come down to back test it, you've never validated it. We know it was clear resistance here, right? We struggled to break this all-time high, and now we want to test it on the other side as support. We want to turn resistance into support. Very important from a technical perspective. Let's take a look at where we're at on coin market cap, see if this catches up. Let's give it a good refresh. And let's look at market cap. So we're sitting at 1.2 trillion, guys. So the whole crypto market is now sitting at 2.6 trillion. Let's put this into perspective, guys. So these are the biggest companies in the world. All cryptos combined are about Apple's, more than Apple's market cap. That just shows you how far we are to go, right? I wonder if is Bitcoin in this list? They put Bitcoin. It should be here somewhere. Nope. So Bitcoin would sit at, what is it sitting at? What did we have there? We had 1.244 trillion. So if you put that back on this list, you're sitting between Facebook and Amazon. Okay, in terms of market cap, we're sitting between Facebook and Amazon. So interesting, a lot of potential for Bitcoin to really rally up, guys. It's just the start for me in terms of Bitcoin. You've seen what I've shown you in terms of the charts, the Fibonacci levels. This cup and handle pattern is straight away, the wedge, first of all, is giving me a price target. Cup and handle pattern is giving me a target of 75, and the broader purple wedge is giving me a price target of 85, guys. Okay, so those are the patterns I'm showing you. I've made those clear from a long time that these are the patterns I'm working towards here. We've got the cup and handle pattern, which we've got a nice breakout of, and we're well on our way to meeting this target, guys. If you were trading this with me, you would have let's say you got it here from the neckline. Let's get our measuring tool. Doesn't seem to want to work on shift. Let's take it from here to let's call it to the all-time high. You would have made 30%. If you take it to where we're at now, you would have made 34% just from trading that move there, guys. So massive uplift on your Bitcoin through trading that. And if you trade it all the way from the breakout of this wedge all the way to our target at 85, I mean, we're talking a massive move here. Let's see if we can measure that. So there to 85, you're talking a 70% pump. So massive opportunity there on Bitcoin, and it's a really bullish setup for me. Let's take out the EMA ribbon as well. And you can see we're just nicely extended from the EMA ribbon and really ready for the next impulse up, which is what we're seeing today. Look at the green candles here, really strong days for Bitcoin. And if you go historically, that's what Bitcoin does. When it chooses to move, it really does move, and it really starts to pick up momentum and push on fast. Let's remind ourselves of the Fibonacci levels as well. Show you on the weekly. Always look at different time frame, guys. Really important to make sure your different time frames are telling you the same story. That's really important. And what we can see here is the Fibonacci. If I did swing low to swing high, you're seeing a price target on the weekly of 87,000, which matches up with the purple wedge, which I was showing you there as well. Okay, so really important, guys. Comment in the chat if you want me to take a look at anything specifically. I can see a few of you there watching. Comment below and let me know what you want me to look at. Or do you just want to watch Bitcoin? We can watch Bitcoin. That's fine. Just comment below what you want to look at, guys. Any coins you want to look at? Do you want to watch Bitcoin? Do you have any questions? Comment those below. Just enjoying the day, really. So Bitcoin's, this is a momentous day. We've been waiting since April for this breakout, and we've got it. A nice, clean breakout. I don't mind if we come down to retest, but happy to see us pump. I mean, again, the FOMO is going to be quite big. Danish, I hear you. Koti, I'm going to bring Koti for you. Give me a sec. But a lot of momentum is going to come into Bitcoin. So, and that will move some alts as well, guys. That will naturally move some alts as well. Right, here we go, Koti, guys. So we spoke about this in the video, which I'm posting very shortly. I've done analysis on this, Danish, so make sure you go watch that as well. And you can see Koti is sideways channeling, but we do have an important lower high, right? So you'll see we've managed to start trending up now. And this is important for us to get out of this bottoming pattern. So you can create that there. We can see that now Koti needs to start heading higher. The fact that we didn't lose this level was really important on Koti, and it needs to move from strength to strength to move higher. Like I said, these kind of projects, guys, this for me is accumulation time. Don't expect it to pump right now. That's not how it works, right? They're going to pump later. Let Bitcoins do its thing. People are going to make their money on Bitcoin. They're going to want to run into these coins. And you want them to be buying in at 66 cents. You don't want them buying in now. You want to buy in now. And then they can buy in at all-time highs, right? Let them do that. Somebody has to buy in at all-time highs. It's not going to be us. We're buying our winter coats in the summer, right? That's the important thing here. Nobody wants altcoins right now. It's Bitcoin season, right? I showed you that. It's Bitcoin season. We're heading towards Bitcoin season. It's going to be a long time here. But whilst that's there, whilst it's summer, we're buying winter coats, right? That's what we do here. So take this as an opportunity. You're going to look back. I promise you, you're going to look back on the weekly chart. Do this. Go look at this weekly chart. Look at how Koti has moved. And then you're going to see this blip. You can barely see it as a blessing when it does its next version of this, okay? Beautiful patterns on Koti, beautiful setups, good partnerships with Cardano. And this is just going to go from strength to strength. We're getting a bounce off the neckline. It's struggling to break the neckline. If Koti was bearish right now, what would get me scared is if Koti was in here, right? Trying to do this. That's what will get me scared. This is nothing. I mean, let's get the EMA ribbon out, guys. Danish, I hope you're looking at this. Let's get the EMA ribbon. Look at that. Can you see the extension from the EMA ribbon? It's not even come to test the EMA ribbon. I'm happy there. I'm happy even penetrating some of the EMA ribbon. So that's why I've always said on my Koti videos, even if it came down to 26 cents, I don't think it will, but even if it came down to 26 cents, from a technical perspective, we cannot say we're bearish on Koti, right? Look at that move here. It tested its EMA, and it came straight back out from a rounded bottom in a cup and handle pattern. So these coins, don't expect them to move right now. If this is your first time in these cycles, Bitcoin is having its time. Let it have its time. It's important for the whole crypto ecosystem that Bitcoin has its moment. And that's why you should always keep a certain amount, and it's not financial advice, of your portfolio in Bitcoin, because you don't want to miss out on this. When Bitcoin's running, Bitcoin would do its thing. But right now, you can actually see Ethereum running as well, which is what I've mentioned. But that's because, and again, go watch my video, guys. I mentioned that Ethereum might not wait. I said it in that video. Go check it out. It's posted before this as well. After this live stream, go check that out. It's called Bitcoin and Ethereum. We are just getting started, right? In that video, I show you this head and shoulders pattern that Ethereum is building. But I said that a lot of people were saying, it's going to have to wait until Bitcoin's done. I don't think so. Traders will want to trade this pattern. This pattern is too beautiful. Again, a beautiful head and shoulders pattern, a beautiful breakout, a beautiful retest here, and a bounce back up. Beautiful trade there on Ethereum. And traders will be buying into this. And that's why Ethereum's moving faster than Bitcoin right now, even though Bitcoin's having its moment. So really important that you keep an eye on each chart for its own right. If you see something sideways or moving sideways for too long and you have high conviction, that should be a clue for you to be buying in cheaper, because don't be one of those guys that are chasing it when it's pumping, right? That's not what we do here. Danish, hope that answered your question. Let me know in the comments if that did. Any other coins you want me to look at, guys? Let me know. Message me. Tell me what else you want to look at. Let's spend some time looking at some TA. Let's go back to the minute on Bitcoin. Oh, there we go. So we got a bit of a reversal. Oh, good minute candle here on Bitcoin. Will it be engulfing? ABT. I'm not too familiar with ABT, Danish. Let's look at Luna. We can take a look at. I should have Luna up on here somewhere. There we go. Luna is moving nicely, up 4%. Let's take a look at the day chart on Luna. Let's take a good zoom out. Nice setup on Luna. Luna has a nice setup. I just want to be careful of a head and shoulders. Let's a bearish. We don't want to be doing this, right? That would be a bearish head and shoulders. That's my first concern. So we want to break through this level at 40 and head straight to 40, 45 on Luna. Okay, so but just be careful if you're trading Luna on the short time frame that we don't see a head and shoulders pattern to the downside. Upside potential, we've got to break all-time highs on Luna. I think, Luna's one of those great projects where it's got a lot of total value locked. It has a lot of actual usage, and it's just a case of waiting for this to carry on. I mean, if you can argue we're in a bit of if we can form a bit of an uptrend here, if it can respect that line, which it seems to want to be doing, then we can argue that we're in a bit of an uptrend. Let's call it there. Could argue in a bit of an upward channel, but I'm just worried about that head and shoulders. If this carries on, breaks straight higher and gets to 45, then we would have nullified the head and shoulders, and then I can be a bit more bullish on Luna. Comment below, are you invested in Luna? Do you have a big position in Luna? What's your view on it? Do you think it's, how much potential do you think Luna has? Let me know. Solana, nobody's asked about Solana just yet. Let's take a look at Solana. So Solana is forming the same triangular pattern which we've drawn for a while. We said a breakout was imminent, and it looks like we're getting a breakout now. I'd want this day to close and create another candle in order to confirm the breakout. Let's see if we've broken out completely on the 4-hourly candles. Yes. So you can confirm a breakout there. Having said that, I always want the price to be about 2% higher in order to confirm the breakout, and you've got that there. So I'd confirm that as a breakout. I'd be happy that that is a breakout on Solana. Now for Solana, it would need to break this level of 167 and then go, because that's an important resistance level around 167. Then it wants to go down over to 176, and then more importantly 216, which is the top of this wedge, right? 216 is going to be the big price target breaking out of this red wedge. So if we take that red wedge, let's put that, let's do that here. Let's put that at the point of the breakout. Very roughly speaking, guys, we could be seeing a 240 Solana in short course breaking out of this wedge. So very interesting. Danish saying very bullish on Luna, really love moving. Yeah, Luna's a great project. I mean, Luna's, for me, from a fundamental perspective, we can speak about that separately, but Luna has so much value locked. I mean, let's see if we can pull that up as well. Let's see if we can pull up how much. I'll show you, Danish, how much is locked here on DeFi Llama. Doesn't feel like loading, does it? Slow website. Right, so there you go. You got Ethereum total value locked 157, but look there. Terra Luna is sitting number 4, 10 billion, and it's growing nicely, right? So it's definitely a great project. If you click on Terra, you'll be able to see some of the other, You can see Anchor Protocol, Lido, Mirror, TerraSwap, Pylon, Apollo, Spectrum, all growing really nicely. Particularly Anchor and Lido, right? They've got about 6.7 of the 9 billion between them. And you can just see a nice growth in usage on Terra, which is why I understand. Fontaland 942, Chainlink is still sleeping. Man, altcoins are sleeping still, brother. Chainlink particularly. Let's take a look at Chainlink. I think we just did that before you jumped on, but let's take a quick look at Chainlink again. We've got this massive cup and handle on Chainlink. If it can form that cup and handle pattern and finish it off, we could be seeing my price target on Chainlink is a 56. But you know my view on Chainlink. It's a long-term hold for me on Chainlink. Chainlink is a great project. It's fundamental. They've got great partnerships. And ultimately, they're the Oracle play, right? What else are you going to use? If you're building up a blockchain and you want an Oracle play, you're going to be plugged into Chainlink. They're the best at what they do, so that's who you're going to want to be with. So strong daily candle here for Chainlink today. They just need to kind of come up to this neckline now. The next target for me is for Chainlink to really come up to 35, and then I think we can get an explosive move. And if I show you the EMA ribbon, you can see why people are frustrated, because this has just been sideways, right? We were bullish, flip bearish, flip bullish, flip bearish, flip bullish. I mean, it's not really had a nice move like it did from here. But you got to remember, from just July, 21st of July, guys, we were sat, and I was buying at these points as well. We were sat at 12, 13 cents on Chainlink, and then we ran to a high of 36. So it's not too shabby, but right now it's just not going to move too much. Danish asking about XRP. Is it a good time for XRP? Steve's asking about Algo. I'll cover those two off. Don't worry about it. Algo, is it? Let's do Algo first. You guys know I love me a bit of Algorand. Now, Algorand, for me, look, on this daily pattern, we are definitely forming a bullish pattern, right? This is a continuation pattern. It's a classic pattern, headed up, consolidate in this channel, and then you expect a breakout to the upside. Most probability would suggest we'll break to the upside. Now, you can see we are very bullish on this. We've not lost our EMA ribbon. It's not come to the downside. We're still remaining bullish. We just need to get a bounce. It's taken us a little bit longer to get a bounce, and we know that's because Bitcoin is showing strength right now. Let's head over to the 4-hourly and allow me to remove this ribbon, and you'll see what happened. We entered this downward continuation pattern on the 4-hourly. Remember, we're in the bigger purple wedge right now, and we consolidated and we broke to the downside, which is what you do from this bearish pattern. Now, the good news is your technical target could have suggested you ended here at 1.63, but it held the line at this white line at 168. Okay, so that was a really important point for Algorand, which now needs to head higher and get a breakout of this purple wedge. The purple wedge coincides with the $1.79 resistance level. So it's got to break through the 179, and get some strong volume in, plenty of room on the RSI, and we can see a price target on Algorand with a bit of resistance. It's not going to be easy, but longer term on the daily chart, a $2.76 Algorand very soon. And you guys know my view in terms of market cap and how undervalued Algorand is. I mean, just look at the market cap of things like Cardano, and you'll then get an idea of where Algorand could be. And I've done that in numerous videos, so do check that out as well. Is it a good time for Stevie? What NFTs are you looking at? Paste them below in the chat. Let's take a look at what NFTs you like on Algorand. We can look at them together. Is it a good time for XRP? XRP, I'm not the biggest fan of XRP, simply because it's just down to the legal settlement, right? If they win the legal case, then you're good. If you're not, it's a bit of Russian roulette for me. I'd much rather a project with fundamentals. I mean, I'm not saying XRP doesn't have fundamentals, don't get me wrong, but the case has just overshadowed everything, right? It's become just a case play. And therefore, technical analysis goes out the window, your fundamentals go out the window. It just becomes a case of, do they win the case? If they win the case, it's good. Obviously it's going to pump. If they lose the case, this is going to tank. And therefore, there's nothing in it really for us to analyze. It's going to hover around like it has done. Let's look at the weekly chart. Yes, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's very difficult to predict this one. So not for me, XRP. I personally would be staying away for now. Stevie saying, I've been looking at algo bulls, algoanas. Can you paste a link? Let's take a look at those together. Elon Musk said Saitama. What's Saitama? Is that a coin? Let's take a look. Saitama. It's probably going to be some sort of poo coin. There we go. If this market cap is less than $1 million, Elon, You've had it. Yeah, look at how many notes are on there. Like, you got to express it in like E numbers. Elon, why do you love Saitama? Tell me. Put it in the chat. Why should I invest in Saitama? If you can convince me, I'll do it right now. Why should I invest in Saitama? I mean, it's 40% up now. How much is it up on Saitama? Yeah, it's on an absolute tear, isn't it? Let's look at it on TradingView. Oh, look, it doesn't want to load. Guys, it's not my fault. It didn't want to load Saitama. I did try. Saitama with Raptif. No, we want it to US dollars. Big event on November 13th, he says. Yeah, I can't see the chart properly. I have to look at it here. So, yeah, you can see it's been running up quite steady, to be fair to this project. I don't know what it does. What does it do? Circulating supply, self-reported data. That's a red flag. So that's not vetted. Max supply, whatever that number is that like a quadrillion or something? Million, billion, trillion, 100 quadrillion. Nice. 100 quadrillion, market cap of $1 billion. Not bad, actually. It's pretty decent market cap there. It's doing all right. It's been trading for quite some... No, it's not. It's not been trading for very long. Elon, when did this mint? When did they start this project? Anything else anybody wants me to look at? Let's go back to Bitcoin. Let's not forget why we're here today. Let's go back to our roots, guys. Struggling with the 66,000 on Bitcoin. Let's head to the minute. Yeah, yep. Bitcoin's just struggling at this level here. Struggling. But that's normal, guys. Again, like I said, I'm expecting this. I'm expecting us to come here, test it, and then bounce up higher. That's what we want. That's what we need. So happy for that to play out. In the meantime, happy to get a retest of this level here. I don't expect this to just run higher and higher. If it does, that's fine. But at some point, we'll need a retest back down, which is what we'll be waiting for. What else is moving? Oh, there we go. Nice big candle. Go on, Bitcoin. Go on. But coming back to DeFi Llama, guys, like this is why you cannot ignore Ethereum. This. Right? It's like, it's 10x Binance, more than, it's like 15x Solana in total value lock. Like, people are using Ethereum. And if you click on it and just see the projects, 20 billion locked in the whole of Binance, right? That's almost just how much is locked in Curve, right? Or just how much is locked in MakerDAO. So you can just see the level it's on. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's on a different level. Would you still buy BTC at current prices? Fontolan, I mean, there's two ways we can have this conversation, right? One is in terms of, it depends who's asking me, is the proper way to say this. If this is somebody who's coming up to me who's, never understood Bitcoin, never been involved in it for a while, and they've got no exposure to Bitcoin, I'd still say, look, you can buy some Bitcoin now, right? Because it's more about the psychology of helping them understand the value of cryptocurrency as a hedge to their fiat portfolios. If it's someone in the crypto space, which I'm assuming you are, Fontola, and you keep an eye on the crypto space, and you had the opportunities to buy at 29, 30, 45, I would probably say hold off and wait for a little bit of a correction. And if we come back to our weekly charts, I'd probably say at this point, I mean, even up to 60, 65, I would have said buy. But now that it's really pumping, this is when you start chasing, right? So for me, I would, if you imagine, let's go here. I would let Bitcoin do its thing, and inevitably it's going to want to retest one of these levels. And when it does that, I'd want to buy for the next leg. So if you imagine, if you were buying Bitcoin on the dips here and here, so all of these levels, and then if it dips again here, then you can't go wrong, right? That's what we want to do. That's how we want to be buying our Bitcoin. What are your thoughts on it? Are you looking to buy some more? Is that why you're asking right now? Danish, getting good vibes that BTC can touch 120. I mean, 120 is possible. I think we need to achieve the targets we need to first. So we got the breakout, which I mentioned on the hourly. in terms of our 65 target. My next target on the cup and handle was 75. Let's go hit that. And then you can see my target on the Fibonacci is to head to the upper levels of 87. I don't think this is just, if you think this is just going to be boom, it's not that easy, guys, right? This could easily go up, come back down, get a retest, go back up. You see what I mean? That's how trading works. That's how these patterns work. So don't be surprised if that's what we see on there. Any other questions? What do we have in terms of questions? Yeah, not sure if I should buy right now. Got a lot in my crash at 35. Okay, so is your average position about 35, Funtolan? If it is, you're going to struggle to buy now at 60. I mean, I'm assuming you bought at 35 and you've been trying to dollar cost average a little bit. I'd wait for another dip. I know it's difficult because you're going to FOMO in. People are going to be talking about 120K. They're going to be talking about 150K. But you've just got to be patient. Dips always happen. I think that's one thing I've learned is you always get dips. And just when you think it won't dip, it would dip. So just be patient there in terms of that. No need to FOMO. You will get corrections. Nothing is if you think this is going to last, this is peak euphoria right now. Look at the fear and greed index, right? I showed you that. We're here. Imagine what happens when we come back down here. This is on 82 on the chart. Imagine when everyone's fearful, we get a bit of FUD. China bans Bitcoin for the 200 millionth time. Then we're going to know what's going on. So yeah, don't worry. It would dip again for you. Let's take a look at coin market cap. Let's see what's moved the most in the last 24 hours. So OKB, Huobi, Nexo, the Graph, Terra, which is what you guys mentioned. Hey, Smiley, thanks for joining. Don't forget to hit the like button so more people can come into this room. At what point do you reckon alts will start taking off? Good question. So we covered this a little while ago, and what I said was, you can rewind and watch that as well, but in essence, to keep it nice and short for those that were still there then, what will happen is Bitcoin's going to go on its run, right? Bitcoin's going to go crazy. It's going to pump to where it needs to pump to, and then it's going to go on a retracement, right? So Bitcoin will do its thing. It finds its first resistance level. It comes back down. This is where people will be looking for other options. When this is retracing, they'll go into Ethereum. They'll look for a pump in Ethereum. They'll look for Solana. They'll look for ADA. And then when those start heating up, then we start getting into a bit of an alt season. Phantom, Algorand, Luna, your favorite coins will start moving. Dot, Link, Matic. That's when alts will start moving. Right now is not a great time for alts. Alts is a perfect time to be accumulating for me, guys. So again, look at this. This is on your weekly chart. This is the massive cup and handle pattern being formed by the Bitcoin dominance, right? If it gets a breakout, we've only just started in terms of Bitcoin strength against altcoins. So don't assume this is the max right now. Like, there's a long way to go for Bitcoin, and Bitcoin can continue to go from strength to strength, which is why I can see a sustained horizontal period for a lot of altcoins, and you should be prepared for that. And you should take it as an opportunity to accumulate your favorite, build your conviction, build out a bigger position. Because ask Fontolan just now, he's got enough Bitcoin. He bought at 35, but he wants more, right? And that's gonna be what happens to your favorite altcoins. When Ethereum's knocking at 6,000, 10,000, you're gonna wish you bought more at 4,000, right? When Cardano's knocking at $10, you're gonna wish you bought when it was sitting at $2 for so long, sideways for so long, and you were complaining and you were frustrated. You had this whole rectangle to purchase, right? You had all these moments. And then when it has its 2 weeks when it runs, then you're gonna wish you bought more here, and that's the aim of this game here. Steve is saying, imagine if they announce a spot ETF. Absolutely. I mean, again, guys, go watch my video on my honest truth around the ETF, the futures ETF, and whether I think it's a good thing or a bad thing. I think I make a good job of breaking that down. Go check that out, because a lot of people aren't speaking about it from this perspective I have. And I've got mixed feelings on the ETF, right? A lot of things are good and it'll have a positive impact, but at the same time, I'm feeling a little bit negative about some of the impact it could have, particularly introducing, derivatives into the market, paper contracts, and really notching up the speculation in the Bitcoin space, right? They complain about it being the wild, wild west, but they've only gone and made it a little bit worse, right? So I'm a bit suspicious of that. Let's see what else we have here. Fontolan, you're very welcome. One FUD will be a big impact. Is China? Yep. China. I mean, there's always going to be FUD, guys. Please don't think that, right now is a perfect time. I'm going to show you the stock market. I know a lot of you aren't invested as well, but the stock market is in absolute euphoria right now, right? We've got the major indices up again. It's earnings season. Things are rallying, including my portfolio. Everything is up. There's no uncertainty. We know inflation, what the situation is there. There's no government shutdown. Everybody knows what's going on, right? So it's a good time right now to be in the markets. But don't think that good times last. They don't, right? And we need to prepare ourselves for times when it goes the other way. And we need to know what to do in those times as well. So that's really important. Let's switch over back to Bitcoin. And let's see if we can break. Oh, look, we've done it, guys. We done it. We just traded and made some money. We knew it would break this purple line, and we've gone and done it. So Bitcoin heads even higher. Really nice move from Bitcoin. 66,500 sitting here for Bitcoin. Steve, appreciate that. Hope I earn your sub. Don't forget to like the video because more people need to be watching this stream with us. Let's build a community with realistic assumptions and strategies for how to build wealth in crypto. That's what we're trying to do here, guys. Smiley saying, trying to accumulate as much COTI as possible right now. That's good thinking. That's really good thinking. That's good thinking, Smiley. That's what you want to do. You want to build conviction when other people's are fearful. And that's the key. I mean, look at COTI's now running. Look at that. COTI is now running. We just drew this trend line together, guys. We said it needs to break that high. It has. We said it needs to go to 50, and it literally has in the last few minutes we're talking. Z Ali, are you still bullish on COTI? Yep. COTI's a long-term play for me. I expect it to go down, if anything, over a short period of time. But come back in a year, come back in 2 years. That's what we're talking about on COTI. And for me, I've made this clear in my videos. I'm reflecting my positivity for Cardano on COTI. And you can see this this cup and handle pattern with the retest on the neckline. And now we're getting a good bounce out. Let's head over to the hourly. Look at that, guys. Really strong hourly candle. And now we just need to get above this resistance level here, guys. This is a resistance level for us. We've got to really push straight through to 52 in order to consider getting out of this buy zone on COTI. You're going to regret you didn't buy at these levels, right? This whole buy zone. Look how beautiful, guys. I drew this before, when we were coming down this channel here. Look how much opportunity you've had to buy. Plenty. And when you look at it from a zoomed out perspective, if you're buying here, when this goes on an absolute run up here, that's going to be a beautiful dip buy, which you could have bought. So yeah, COTI is a good project. Danish says he's bullish on COTI. Steve, thank you for the support, buddy. Z Ali, what do you think about XDC? Can you look at it? Yeah, it's not on my radar, but let's have a look. Let's take a look at XDC. Right, there we go. Let's look at XDC. Let's always start with the weekly, guys. This is the way you get familiar with a coin. So let's get our EMA ribbon out. Danish, you've given me like 5, mate. Without even a super chat. I'll come on to SFP. Let's do XDC first. Let's take a look at XDC. And you can see, nice. It's respecting its EMA ribbon. A good move. Bounce. Good move. Bounce. Good. Now we got to get this bounce. Okay. So for XDC, next few weeks are really important. XDC. You're starting a green candle here. You want a few really good green candles here on the weekly. Let's take a look at the daily. Now on the daily, we're bearish on XDC. Okay, so we flipped bearish, which is not great for the weekly candle. You want to see this flip back up. It might need to collect some support at the 200 moving average, which is here. Volumes are really low, guys. What's happened here? That'd be a red flag for me. Why are we not getting the kind of volumes we saw here? We'd want to see the volume come in on XDC. So yeah, I'd have to look into the fundamentals of what this coin does. Let's take a look at coin market cap. XDC now. I've heard of it. I've just never looked into XDC. 1.4 billion market cap, 12 billion circulating supply. Okay, that's a red flag, Z. We've only got a third in circulating supply. That's not a lot at all. That'd be a worry for me. The other thing I'd want you to look at if you're serious about this coin, which obviously I'm not, is go and look at the wallets and see who's holding a lot of this coin. That's what you want to be doing. You want to be seeing who is holding this. Jinfin.org. What is this? Is it Chinese? Decentralized, hybrid, interoperable, and liquid network. Okay, so it's boasting high transactions per second, but Solana's much faster. 2 seconds finality. Yeah, but Algorand, etc. do that kind of speed. Low energy consumption. Okay. It's not super exciting. I don't know who Jinfin are. I'd want to find out who they are. What's the company? Where are they based? What's the team like? These are the kind of things I'd want to be looking at on this coin to get excited about it. I mean, look at the price action. It's weird. I mean, since here it's had a nice upward trend, but what was all this about? You'd want to kind of understand what's going on here with this price action. Pumped all the way up there to 19 cents. Now sitting at 11 cents ish. Z, tell me a bit more. What's your bullish thesis on this one? Danish SFP. Let's look at SFP. SafePow. Where did you guys find all these from? SafePow down 1.8% today. This has gone crazy as well. What's this doing? See, any coins which look like this just gets me wondering what's going on here. You could argue a bit of a cup and handle. Break out the cup and handle. Retracement down. Okay, interesting. Let's take a look at what they do. SafePow.io. Guys, comment below any other coins you want me to look at, any technical analysis, or if you want me to look at some of the fundamentals, let me know. If you drop a super chat, I will do yours first. You can take precedence over the normal people. Okay, so SafePow, always secure and protected wherever you go. That's quite cool. So it's a hardware wallet. It's cold storage. It's quite nice, you know. How much are one of these? Might have to look into one. Store, buy, manage, swap, and trade. 10,000 cryptocurrencies in one app. Okay, so it's got its own built-in exchange. It's partnered with all these coins. Okay, so why do you need their coin? Do you have to trade in their coin? I'm assuming you have to use their SafePow, the coin, to transact on their app. I'm assuming Danish. Yeah, it's a wallet, and then you have to use the coin to transact. Okay, I like utility tokens. Utility tokens will do well if the actual product is being used, right? If the wallet gets good traction and people are buying these wallets, then the token will do well. But I'll need to see this do well before that. It looks nice. Wonder where they're based. Serving more than 3 million users, 196 countries. Interesting. I might have to look into this. Thanks for that, Danish. Take a look at this one. Endorsed by Binance. Looks nice. Looks nice. Not sure about the token, though, because if you look at the tokenomics, 50 million max supply, 100 million is in circulation. So only 20 million is in circulation. So that's going to have a downward impact on price because... Again, if you ever watch any of my tokenomics videos, go check out the tokenomics video on anyone. Watch Algorand or Phantom One, which I'm going to release shortly. Go watch those and just see my thinking around how tokenomics impacts a project, because you can see here that can easily weigh down on this price and stop it from moving on, I think. Danish is saying you can move with BNB Binance Coin. Okay. Z says he's holding XRP, COTI, XDC, HBAR, and DAG. Yeah, but Z, my advice, not financial advice, but you need to get some serious projects in there as well. I hope you're holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, some larger cap, anything from the top 10 on coin market cap. Those are the guys you need to be holding. Smiley was considering dabbling into ORN as well. That coin hasn't moved much since the dip a few months ago. What do you think of it? Let's take a look at ORN. Orion Protocol. Oh, yes, they did their one-to-one token swap. Got it. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people have been talking about Orion. It's never really caught my interest just yet. Maybe I need to do a deeper dive into it and build some conviction. Doesn't mean they're not good projects. It's just I don't have time to have conviction in every project. Look at it from a technical point of view. It's been sideways for long. It's hard to tell right now because it's a sideways market. So naturally, all the altcoins are going to be sideways. So even if you were to look at good projects like Cardano and Algorand right now, they're going to be moving sideways. You're going to get a false impression. Volume looks good though. Volume has picked up the back end of this year. You can see the volume's ticking up nicely. Tokenomics, again, 31% of the supply. So we need to keep an eye on the supply schedule. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be an issue. It's just we need to look at how are they going to release that supply, because that could be a concern. BTC on fire right now. Let's go back to BTC, see what we're missing. Look at that, guys. Absolute tear on BTC. Loving it. Let's go to the minute chart. This is why we're doing a watch party, guys, because we're sad like that. There you go. Look at that. Look at that on the daily, this is the daily EMA ribbon. Beautiful touch. You can just trade off of this EMA ribbon. Look at that. If you touched it on that, boom. Touch it there, boom. Touch it there, boom. Touch it, boom. Really nice trading patterns here on Bitcoin right now. Really showing some strength and really exciting move right now. Bitcoin is on fire. Steve saying massively bullish on the gaming sector too. Yeah, Steve, I love the metaverse and gaming plays, man. I've been a big fan of that for a time. I've been building positions in them. I've not gone super heavy because for me, it's like, it feels like we're too early. Do you know what I mean? Like, it feels like sometimes we're just jumping in too early and the market hasn't cottoned onto it. It's almost like if you go on Sandbox now and buy land, it's like you buying land in Manhattan hundreds of years ago, right? It would have been such a massive land grab opportunity. And I can just see, I know it's quite far-fetched for a lot of people to kind of follow, but I can see the metaverse really taking over and becoming a big deal really over time. I can see that being a thing. So definitely Sandbox, Decentraland. I'm looking at these projects and I've got a little bit of money in each of those as we speak. Not massive parts of my portfolio. Again, go watch the video. Type in Ijaz One altcoin portfolio. There'll be a video explaining how I split out my portfolio. Go check that one out. It'll give you a good insight, and I include Sandbox in there. Danish, thanks Ijaz. Really appreciate it. Your new follower, really following you. Ijaz. Danish, appreciate you, buddy. Make sure you subscribe. Please join the Discord. You can ask me questions there. I'm always in the Discord. It's public. It's free. Head over to the Discord. If any of you want to click the join button and become a member of the YouTube channel, you'll be able to spam all my videos with your favorite altcoin stickers, but more importantly, you'll get access to our community tab where you can just ask me questions like this whenever you want, and I'll be there to answer your favorite projects whenever you need to. So feel free to consider that. But obviously, whenever I can and I've got time, I'll jump on and do these live streams whenever I can and do these for you guys. Any other coins to look at? What else do we have? Two things I really love about Algorand. Sylvia McCarthy was at MIT. Yes. Possible relationship there with Gary Gensler. Agree with that, Steve. The thing with McCarthy is people don't realize he's like the OG. He won the like Nobel Prize of cryptography, right? He's a big deal. He knows what he's doing, and that's what gives me confidence in Algorand, right? I need to be able to justify the projects I'm invested in, both from a fundamental point of view and technical. And I think that's what's unique about this community here is we're going to bring a balance of technical and fundamentals. You won't hear me just saying this is a cup and handle pattern and I don't know anything about the project, right? I need to know what's going on with the project, what's going on with the tokenomics, the team, total value locked in DeFi, all the on-chain metrics. We want to be looking at those as well. And in terms of Algorand, like you said there, Silvio McCarthy is a big deal in that project. In terms of Cardano, Charles Hodgkinson, I listen to him regularly. I understand, from the early days when I was investing well under $1, I understood, what he's trying to do. He's a mathematician. I was a mathematician. I understand the first principle-based approach he's trying to build the Cardano network on. Bitcoin is running. Go Bitcoin, go. Go on, mate. 67K, we're coming. Guys, can we end the stream before 67 or should we wait? 67. So, and then, that's Cardano. And then people ask about Coty. Because Charles respects Cardano and I'm a big follower of Charles Hodgkinson, Coty, then I believe in Coty as well. The fact that he's given it such backing gives me extra confidence in Coty. So a lot of my trust in Coty is by virtue of Cardano trusting it. I'll be very honest and upfront about that. Steve, definitely super early. I agree with the land analogy. Soundbox will be huge. These metaverses can be huge, guys. I made a video on this long time ago. Type in metaverse and my name, see if it comes up. But Gucci, or was it Chanel? Somebody sold a digital equivalent of their handbag in the metaverse for more than the physical bag would have sold for in a shop. Right? So put that into perspective, guys. We've just started. We've just started. And that relationship between the physical and virtual world has just started. And it's going to be massive. I mean, that's what's going to be big. It's going to be that blend, like between the physical and virtual. You're in your physical world with your avatar. Something then happens. You need to interact with the real world. That to and fro is what's going to happen. Guys, we are $60 away from 67,000. This is ridiculous. Let's put out a tweet, guys, and I'll appreciate if you guys can go over and vote on this tweet as well. Can BTC break 70k today? Let's put a poll up because we put this earlier. Hell yeah. Not a chance. Right, head over there, guys. Vote on that. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. And be interested to see what they said, because earlier nobody voted for that. Nobody voted for Bitcoin to break 70k today. So that'll be very interesting to see. We can see it, guys. 967. This is massive. We're ticking away. Here we go. Can we do it? Can we get to 67,000? 67,000 would be a big level, guys. It's really giving us some clearance. Accidentally adding alerts for no reason. That's what we do. That's what I do. These metaverses will go full Ready Player One. Agree. ADA 2.20 moving nicely. Let's check ADA. Let's check ADA. Let's check, guys. If you have anybody in the crypto community, please do share this video with them. Share my channel with them so we can get more people into this community. I know it can be a lonely space. So if you know anybody who's interested in this space remotely or asks you these types of questions, send them my way to the videos, and that way you don't have to answer their questions for them. Win-win. Yes, Cardano, nice move on the minute chart here. Lovely. Nice pickup. Picked it up from $2.14. And now the altcoins are starting to stretch their legs, guys. Ethereum, 5% up. What did I tell you about Ethereum? Moving really nicely. Look at that. Broke through that pink line here like it was nothing. Headed straight back up. Getting a little rejection at 40.71. I won't be surprised seeing a 4,100 Ethereum today. Okay, let's go put a marker here at 41. We love setting targets for our coins, guys. Got to keep them honest. Let it come down, let it touch the EMA ribbon, and then let's head higher on that. I want to go back to Cardano. Danish says we're getting to 70k. Let's see about that, Danish. Yeah, so Cardano's moving. Let's look at that on the hourly. Really big pump. Look at that, guys. Really flipped bullish. Very strong bullish flip. Let's see if that carries over to the 4-hourly. Yeah, that's impressive. That's a nice pump. You want to see it continue. It needs to get above this wedge. Let's get out of this mess and head out of this box. That's what Cardano needs to do. But like I said, we may see small relief rallies in altcoins, but I don't suspect we're going to get massive sustained rallies in altcoins just yet. I think Bitcoin's got some work to do. Sitting. Oh, we're getting there. Come on, 67,000. Let's watch it. 1 minute. 66,942. Let's get closer. Come on. There we go. There we go, Bitcoin. Let's take our EMA ribbon off. Keep it nice and tidy. Can we do it, guys? 100 off. 67,000. So we just need another big move here on Bitcoin. Links at 27, Steve. Yep. Z, if XRP win the case, XRP is going to absolutely rocket. But then you need to be worried about, well, after it rockets, will all those bag holders, will they suddenly sell and then the price falls back down? or will they hold on for the long term? And that's the question we have here, right? Because if they're true holders, they'll hold on for the longer term project, because XRP has to deliver on its ambitions, right? On its plans. And the case has just been a hindrance for them. But I want them to win the case. You know, it'll be good for the whole crypto community if XRP can put the SEC back in their box. I think that's important. Link could push above the 200 EMA on the daily, and she's away. Let's take a look at Link. Where are we at on Link? Let's bring out our EMAs. Yeah, exactly. So we're getting that bounce now, and that's what we want to see. Every time normally it bounces off the EMA, boom. Bounce off the EMA, we get a movement. That's what we want to see. Every time it bounces off that blue line, we do get a movement. Can we get that now? Well, it's a strong day. It's a strong day for Bitcoin. No reasons why the altcoins can't run. If it's been a good day for altcoins, Solana's up 5%. Look at that strong bounce off the EMA on Solana and a strong breakout. What a beautiful trade on Solana, guys. If you're following my videos and you saw this triangle, what a beautiful breakout on Solana. XRP is a world currency, and the UK government also in talks with them. Yeah, well, we'll have to see that happening, right? We'll have to see them do a partnership, do a pilot, do a test before we can really believe all of that. So that's important. Link could push above the 200 EMA. Yeah, we've done that. So Link's looking good. Bitcoin, are you going to break 67,000? Look at that. Lovely 4-hourly candle. That's how you break an all-time high, guys. Strong and bold. Big volume, big movement. And again, longer term, I know we're enjoying this right now, but longer term, don't be bothered if we get this and we go test back up. Not an issue at all. Do not panic. Do not sell. Hold on to your favorite coins. Yeah, the CBDC space is going to be interesting. We'll have to see what kind of coins they start building upon. Algorand is definitely an option. XRP is an option as well. There's a few others as well. We'll kind of have to see how these governments decide to do this. Apophis, thanks for joining just as we're about to wrap up. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe. What do you make of the weekly of some of these Bitcoin pairs? Look like alts could still bleed. Yep, I think alts could still go sideways to downwards. We covered this earlier in the video. Bitcoin dominance is absolutely rampaging. We've created this W pattern. If we get a break out of this W pattern, I think this could just be the beginning of Bitcoin's run, and altcoins could suffer a bit longer. But one person's suffering is another person's opportunity, right? So for us, it's just a longer period of time for us to buy our favorite altcoins. You can see we're still at extreme greed, which means more people are going to FOMO into Bitcoin. We're still not in Bitcoin season just yet. So a lot of time for Bitcoin to keep pumping and doing its thing. I mean, if I put this on the 2-year chart, you'll see like we're miles away. Like this is where Bitcoin season was last time. Okay. So long way to go before we get to the 2020 levels, and even before in 2019 levels. Okay. Stevie, you're absolutely right. This is Bitcoin's day. I know we're concentrating on altcoins, and we're right to be picking up some of our bargain altcoins. That's what I've been doing. But if Bitcoin doesn't trailblaze, if it doesn't set the scene, if it doesn't get everybody's attention, if it doesn't become the market leader that says, look, we're 1.4 trillion, then it's not going to give room for projects like Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, and therefore our favorite coins space to run. So that's really important. Right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up here. I'm pretty much losing my voice. I didn't drink any water, so that's very silly of me. Let's leave that there. Bitcoin will no doubt probably head up to 67,000. Go on my Twitter page and complete the poll and let me know if you think we can break $70,000 today. That's gonna be really interesting. Thanks for joining me on this live stream. As always, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Watch out for my video. I'm going to post a video on Algorand and Coty, which I made just before I jumped onto this emergency live, and no doubt I'll have more videos later on in the day. Now, as always, please consider becoming a member. It'll be good to see you guys in the members channel, where you can ask me questions like you've just been asking me for this whole hour or so. You'll be able to ask that whenever you want. You also have access to the public free Discord channel. I'll pin that below. Please do go head over to the Discord, join the community. There's other like-minded individuals there where you can have a chat, ask your crypto questions, talk about different projects, and have some fun. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.